What's up, guys? It's DDaddy171 here, and today I'm going to talk about the Boston bombing and like the aftermath of all of this. And I wanted guys to tell you that the news media was really bad, and also I got most of my updates on Twitter and on the police scanner and all that stuff. So this is what I really want to talk about. I don't want to talk about the manhunt and all that stuff, but I really want to talk about, you know, people's reactions. And the thing is that one of the biggest things is when we found out these people were Kazakhstan, that's a word, and they're part of the Chechen people. Everybody started assaulting the Chechen people, and I believe. And then the thing is, it's just almost exactly like 9/11. And also, they started attacking Muslims, like on Twitter, saying, "Oh, they're all terrorists and all that stuff." Dude, anybody can be a terrorist. It's just like after 9/11, everybody almost basically assaulted the Muslim religion. Muslim religion preaches peace and all that stuff, but everybody was really consumed by the Muslims and all that stuff, and that's just not right, dude. Honestly, I want to tell you guys something. Every religion in the world has some sort of an extremist portion of the religion that actually causes terror. So, and then basically everybody can be a terrorist. Anybody, any of us can be a terrorist. By definition, terrorism is using terror for violence and intimidation for political aims. It doesn't have nothing to do with religion at all. It's just basically if you have a political means or maybe even a religious means, and you create violence and intimidation on a group of people that you do not like, that is considered terrorism. And it has no bounds at all. And the thing is that the media was just kind of really kind of assaulting the Chechen people and Muslims and all that stuff. And I think the uncle of the two bombers, the thing is that he kind of said this perfectly. The thing is that, like he says, I believe this: Chechen are peaceful people. You know, they do have a violent history though, and also that it's just two guys that got consumed in a religious ordeal, and they created terror to get their point across. It does not reflect on an entire race or entire country or an entire religion. Case in point, though, you know, I want to talk about, like, there's other extremist groups that cause terror. I want to talk about this one other guy. Hey, I want you guys to look up a guy named Anders Breivik. I'm a Norwegian guy. I kind of knew this a lot. It happened 2 years ago. The guy was a Christian extremist, and the thing is that he wanted to get his point across that the Norwegian government was being sympathizers to Muslim people, and he wasn't happy about it, and he thought he was a Christian crusader and all that stuff. So what he did was basically bomb a government building in Oslo. But that was actually a distraction. What he really did was actually he went to a summer camp to the political parties where they had a summer camp for kids, and held by the political party that really wanted unity of the religious and what he thought. And the thing is that he went on a killing spree, and that was probably the biggest example of Christian terrorism in the world ever. There's also all these terrorist groups that are anti-abortion that kill and held people hostage for abortion and all that stuff, called like Army of God or Lambs of Christ or something like that. That is by FBI definition, those are terrorist groups, and yet you never hear about them because they don't really affect the United States that much, or they're just kind of small. It's almost just like side news, just something that you see on the scroll on CNN. So I'm sorry I'm really ranting about this, but this is just really kind of irked me a little bit that people will just single out a single religious group over some people, like some extremist motives, even though that, you know, they might be Christian, yet they don't look at their extremist problem that they have with Army of God or Lambs of Christ, or that Breivik guy that shot a lot of kids in a summer camp in Norway. So that is just, honestly, that is just wrong. And honestly, I just hope that people just realize that these people are extremists and does not reflect on entire religion, like sometimes the media and people on idiots on Twitter that make it seem to be. And also just research just terrorism. Like on Wikipedia, you see multiple accounts of like terrorism that is religious and politically affiliated. It has nothing to do with Muslims. And it might be in Muslims Christianity, and I'm a Christian too. And I say we have a extremist problem that causes violence, and they think they're doing the work of God, and it's just wrong, honestly. And they're just killing people. So that is just honestly, that just really fired me up, honestly. And also, people are kind of singling out the Chechen people and also the whole region of Kazakhstan as like a terrorist hub and all that stuff. Seriously, basically almost every single country seems to have like extremist problem that breeds terrorists. Maybe more some than others, but it's just honestly like we have a problem, like with Timothy McVeigh at the Oklahoma City bombing. He wasn't really part of a terrorist organization. He was just really mad at the government, and so he bombed the Oklahoma City building in 1995, I believe. And also, like in Africa, they have so many terrorist organizations there, mostly in Somalia with Somalian pirates and all that stuff. And also, even like in Europe, like ever heard of the ISA or the Northern Ireland Army? Those are Christian extremist group, and they are breeding in Northern Ireland. They cause terror. They cause terror for British people because of Catholicism and Protestant. So it's just not limited to the Middle East, guys. Terrorist groups are everywhere. They're everywhere, and you just never hear about it because they don't really affect the United States that much. But in other countries, they're at large and they are big, and people fear them. And it just kind of blows my mind that we are kind of singling out the Middle East as a terrorist area, like a breeding ground. And maybe that's true, that a lot of our enemies are in the Middle East because of that's where maybe Al Qaeda is usually based at, but it's so wide. But it's just kind of troubling that people just single out, just say all the terrorists are in the Middle East. Well, in reality, they're basically everywhere, and that is just the truth of the matter, is that they are everywhere and they can strike people and strike fear on everybody at any given time. And it's just up to people to realize that, and also to report suspicious activity to your nearest law authority. So, guys, I'm sorry that I had to rant a little bit, but that's just something I had to get off my head. It's just that people are singling out Muslims and people from the Middle East as just like this terrorist area, and yet in reality, they're everywhere. Honestly, they could be homebrew. They can just be American, just like us, like I am. They can be Norwegian, which is one of the most peaceful countries in the world, and that bred a terrorist to just go on this killing spree and also bomb buildings in Oslo. So because of his extremist Christian ways that he wanted to get a point across. So that is just my huge rant for today, and I don't care. Honestly, I don't care. I'm not going to ask for whites and favorites and all that stuff. I just want to get that out of there. I hope you enjoyed the gameplay. I won. So just stay safe, guys, and make sure you keep the people that have been infected by the bombing in your prayers. So thank you for your time.